Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I'm driving home from work on a Victory Monday. I went to go pull out of work, and right as I did it, 3 kids, electric scooters, flying down the street. Had to wait for them to drive by. All 3 of them were in Niner jerseys. It's a beautiful day to be a Niner fan. Here we are going into fall. We just had what looked like was going to be one of our toughest games of the start of their season, and we destroyed the Dallas Cowboys. They just melted down to the point where they had to pull Dak Prescott late in the fourth quarter. It wasn't even late. That was pretty early to pull your starting quarterback, but that was them just waving the white flag. Immediately they got whooped. If we were in the same position, I think we would have done the same thing. There was just, I mean, how are you going to score that many touchdowns with 10 minutes to go? You're just not going to do it. Every time you kick the ball off, the Niners gain possession. Worst case scenario, they're at least going to hold the ball for over a minute before they punt it back to you. I mean, miracles happen. We've seen it happen in the NFL. I mean, that's why we watch the games. But, man, it just wasn't going to happen. We're going to be moving on to the next week. I think that honestly we still have, 3 tough games here in a row. We're going to be playing against Cleveland come Sunday. I believe that game's on the road. We're going to be playing against Minnesota. So we go against a really good defensive team, against a really good offensive team. We just got to keep, moving on. I mean, we're at the top of the peak. Basically every team in the NFL is gunning us. They know if they knock us off, it's going to put some light on them and it's going to make them look good. But damn, this Niner team is just so freaking good. People are saying that it's one of Brock Purdy's best games as a pro. I thought that he moved the ball around 4, touchdowns, no interceptions. I believe it was over 300 yards. No cheating and not looking it up. But and then when you really look at it, besides for Kittle getting the 3 catches for 60 yards with the 3 touchdowns, not really just big, huge numbers. I mean, there wasn't anybody over 100. Nobody caught 10+ balls. It just was spreading it around, showing how good and how stacked this Niner team, really is. They refer to Brandon Ayuk as like the #1 option out there. Most people would think, he's going to go this way or that way, but you don't really know where he's going with the football. Debo, with that big money deal he signed last year, you'd think that they'd be wanting to get everything out of him, but is he just running out there knowing that you can't cover everybody? And I don't know, man. This team's just so fucking good. We talk about the offense so much, and the defense on the other side just shutting people down left and right. I mean, Dallas, really good offensive team. They throw the ball around, but they just let Dak do nothing. They let Pollard run nothing. CeeDee Lamb didn't really catch any balls. The 1 touchdown that they did have, man, that guy was fucking fast, and Dak put it right where that shit's just gonna happen. And there was another play where they split the D, and we had Fred Warner run a receiver down. He was beat, but he wasn't gonna let the guy just like smoke him. Once he got beat, he stayed with him at the same speed. Just being right there, wide receiver on linebacker. I mean, just damn, this team is good. And I mean, really, when you look at that defensive line, Bosa really wasn't hitting anybody yet. No real pressure like that, but it's gonna come. I mean, this team is just too freaking good not to be putting pressure onto the quarterback. Once we start playing teams with the offensive line, it's a little bit beaten up. I mean, we're gonna have a huge advantage right there. We're gonna be going into Cleveland. Question marks, I guess you can say, if Deshaun Watson is going to play. Pause. All right, take 2, and we're back. Basically, Deshaun Watson, don't really know if this guy's going to play. He was injured. They threw the rookie out there. I tried to remember his name, but I know that he's got 3 names, 2 last names. hyphenated. I tried to give myself a reminder to remember. I don't know the Browns backup. Sue me. It is what it is. I know Nick Chubb's hurt too. That one sucked. But Deshaun Watson did not play in the last game. They had a bye week last week. Coming back off of the bye week, he did not practice today. No Deshaun Watson. The coach said that it was part of his rehab not to be out there. You would think that, to go through run-throughs, he would be wearing like a non-contact jersey out there, but no, Deshaun Watson nowhere to be seen. I'll tell you the truth. You look at what's going on. The 49ers are favored by 5. You would think that the odds makers are thinking that Watson is going to play as of right now, but I'm telling you right now, if we have to see the rookie, I think our odds are even better. You look at the other side of the football, Myles Garrett, it leads this defensive team. You just really can't let that guy beat us. It's almost like when you play the Rams. You just got to put that front 5 up there and just know that, we're just not going to let them beat us. I mean, that's just the way it's going to go down to it. But the Browns are a tough team. We can't, stick our noses up at them and act like we're just going to roll them over because they are who they are and who they've been for the last however many years. But I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be, is this a 10 o'clock game because we play over there? I think it is. So, hey, we'll have to see. The Niners play in the morning against the Browns. Hey, it is what it is. Let's see what's going down. But I'm pretty sure Niners got to get this one. That's what I'm thinking. All right, 10-7, 49ers and Browns at the half. I'm going to be taking off. I'm definitely going to be listening to the game on the radio as we head on over. I don't know how long it's going to take us. We're going to a country concert festival deal. I bought the tickets mostly to see the closer, Eric Church. It's not like a part of his tour. His tour ended last month, so it's like a special appearance, I guess you can say. It's been a while since I saw Eric Church here in Sacramento. I didn't travel to go see him anywhere, so what am I doing here? I'm talking about the Niners, but I'm pumped to see Eric Church tonight. This is a game, honestly, right here. This is anybody's game right now. Niners lead this game 10-7. I felt a whole lot better when we were leading 10-0. It wasn't the best lead in the world, but Cooper broke free on that big pass, which set up the Browns scoring a touchdown. The Niners have a lot of trouble when there is a mobile quarterback in the backfield. PJ Walker, formerly of the Carolina Panthers, just basically any backup quarterback that we normally play, we have trouble with. It sucks, but we're going to have to play a different style of football when we go back out there to win this game. We have to really come out and really hit this Browns team in their mouth. This is the team that honestly is hungry for a win against a team like us and the Niners. So we got to fix it. I mean, there's nothing like that. Off the offensive line, Williams is in the locker room already. He had some sort of injury to his leg. I haven't heard what it was. Deebo Samuel hurt his shoulder. He went into the locker room. He's down. Don't know any word about him coming back. I feel good. I've said this 1,000 times about Ayuk being that number 1 receiver. I feel good about Jennings getting the ball in his hands. Saw one catch from him so far today. And we also always can use Kittle out there to throw the ball to him. We had 3 touchdowns just last week. You got to remember that. So, I mean, we have options. We have weapons. I mean, we got room for guys to get hurt and the next guy to put his hand up and say next guy up. I don't know. I'll tell you this much. McCaffrey got his touchdown. We have to see something from him. Have to see Elijah Mitchell out there on the field somehow, some way. But the defense is holding strong. But definitely we're going to have to see how this rain turns out for the Niners. He dropped that ball pretty well. It just slipped right out of his hand. I don't know. this has the makings of something that, could be a little bit scary. So 10-7 at the half. We'll have to see how this game turns out. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I can honestly tell you that I'm a little bit scared about this one. Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. It's been a long time since I think I made one of these early morning driving to work videos, basically talking to you in the dark. Yesterday, San Francisco 49ers lost to the Cleveland Browns. They lost, I believe, was it 17-19? I'm not talking to you with full assurance. I made a halftime video talking about the Niners being up. I believe it was 13-10 at the time, and I told you I was kind of scared. I said it's not that the Browns are playing better than us. I didn't think that we were playing all that great. At that time, we had injuries with Deebo Samuel, with his shoulder, with Trent Williams, something with his leg, and there was not horrible weather, but we were not, we had Purdy had just sort of fumbled the football, wasn't handling the ball well because it was getting wet due to the rain. We lost the football game. It is what it is. This is the NFL. Last year, we lost to the Atlanta Falcons. We were a horrible game, probably one of the worst ones I've watched in a while. We lost to Marcus Mariota. That guy's not even in the league anymore. Not even pretty much on his own account. Like he's just done. And we lost to the team we picked first in the NFL draft. We lost to the Chicago Bears. We made Justin Fields look like an all-pro. We have trouble with quarterbacks in the backfield who are mobile, who move around. We always have. We always will. And it's almost like the lower they are on the tier, the better we make them look. There's years we've gone and lost to the Arizona Cardinals backup. Didn't matter who it was. Just if they had a backup quarterback, they had a better chance of beating us. It is what it is. I mean, it's one football game. We're 5-1. People are talking like the Niners, took a step off the pirate ship. They walked the plank, and they're circling the bottoms, the depths of the NFL. What's gonna happen? I mean, what? Next week we're not going to be number one on the power scale of teams. It is what it is. I mean, as long as we're not losing games in January and February, we're still a Super Bowl team. We're still good. I mean, the biggest questions we have right now is we got Minnesota next. We've got Trent. Well, we got to figure out what's going on with Trent Williams. Now Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel, our number one running back, our number one offensive lineman. Probably what I would think is the MVP of the league, and a lot of people want to give it to Purdy, but I think Christian McCaffrey's been toeing the load for this team. Making them, he had scored 15 straight games, 16 straight games, I believe is what it was last week. He has an oblique injury. I don't know what that's going to take to fix. I don't know what that's going to take to heal. We've basically been able to show that, we got a touchdown for PJ Walker, but he did not run the ball well after that. Elijah Mitchell did not run the ball at all. I mean, honestly, if you're holding Elijah Mitchell in fantasy leagues right now, he scored negative points for my bench. I understand he's not the number one back. He's not seeing the ball a ton. He's not getting touches. He's not getting receptions. But as of right now, he's going to have to step up unless they just really announce he's done and he's not the number one guy. And we've had a big change in the last year or 2 years in Elijah Mitchell. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is. But I hope that he can figure it out. I hope that he can find it. But Niners played a bad game. That's it. every team is going to, have a game like this. And we've shown in the past. Last year we lost to the Falcons. Last year we lost to the Bears. This is not embarrassing. This is not nothing. It is what it is. We get on the plane. We go from there. We go to the next town. And we suit up and we beat the Vikings. And then we'll be 6-1. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, as long as we're, we got a better record than the Seahawks, who I'm not 100% sure because I was at that concert yesterday, Golden Sky Festival in Sacramento. I went to go see Eric Church. Honestly, when it comes down to it, I was glad I got to see Eric Church. Lainey Wilson was there. I did not know how big of a star she was. Man, people really came just to see her, and they were pumped for her set. But honestly, a lot of standing, a lot of sort of like saving your ground for the concert. No seats, nothing like that. But I was glad I went. I got to see Eric Church. It was his last show of the year. He didn't have a normal set. He only played for like an hour and a half. If you go see him at a normal Eric Church concert, he would have played like Golden One. You normally get him for like at least 2.5 hours to 3. He was late coming out on set. They don't come out and tell you why. But when he got to the end of his set, we got to hear Talladega, we got to hear Springsteen and Record Year to end it. But you could tell that when he started all 3 of those songs, he didn't know if they wanted him to go. He kept looking and was basically having a discussion with somebody. And then he would like throw his hands up and he's like, hey, we're going to play till they kick us off. And it was cool. I got to see it, but we did not get to see much. I'm not sure where we were. I know that I was out of the car walking when the cars that were waiting to get into the park, and the $55 to park, by the way. That's a separate story, but we were walking by the cars when we scored the touchdown to pull us ahead, and it was just like, let's go. We got into the concert. We were kind of walking around trying to see what was what in there, because it's held at a park called Discovery Park. We didn't know much. Once we stopped and we got something to eat, we got these things called London cheesesteaks. Don't fall for it. They were horrible. It basically was a roast beef sandwich with some cheese stuff on it and a lot of horseradish. This is what you tasted most. It was bad. It was gross. I didn't like it. But we watched the end of the game on a picnic table. Thank you to YouTube TV. We saw Moody kick the field goal. He is our rookie kicker. For years, I asked, why we didn't, basically, draft a kicker, sign a kicker young. That way we could keep him. But man, I just kept thinking, would Akers miss that kick? Would Gould miss that kick? Gould had his problems last year. It is what it is. Akers for years was our MVP, I thought, where we had games and he scored the only points on the team. But man, I believe in him. We just gotta push him. It is what it is. Kind of, it wasn't muddy, but it was definitely slippery weather out there. And he'll take his bumps. It is what it is. If the Niners would have played better, it wouldn't have came down to that kick, and we would have won that game. But we'll see what it is. Hey, we're 5-1. No big deal.